You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Greetings, everyone. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily, episode 1548. This time we have some info on starting or restarting a horse that is not used to carrying a rider. This from the folks at Retired Racehorse Radio podcast, and that's found right here on the Horse Radio Network. And we'll get right to our tip after we hear from our sponsor, US Rider.
As horse owners, we spend a lot of time on the road. Let US Rider help keep you covered. Our equestrian motor plan offers fast, reliable, nationwide service from our highly trained roadside assistance team. 24/7 coverage for both you and your horse. Membership includes horse trailer servicing, towing, flat tire repair, even on dual wheels, battery assistance, and lockout service on any vehicle in your plan. We also have your equine companions covered with referrals for emergency vet services, farrier referrals, and emergency stabling assistance. Get peace of mind on the road for you and your horse. Join US Rider today.
Well, it is that time of the show where we have new vocations join us. And today we have Winnie Morgan-Nemeth. Welcome back, Winnie.
Hello, happy to be here.
It's great to have you. And for any new listeners, Winnie really handles the standardbred side of things at New Vocations because, yes, it is not just thoroughbreds, it is standardbreds too. All retired racers are welcomed here. I'm curious of what are some of the ride times as you're helping these horses gain their strength? Like, what's an average ride duration and how do you build incrementally to get to that, hour-long trail ride, or maybe you're going the sport horse direction? Like, it doesn't come overnight. So I'm curious, what are your recommendations to help them build that top line strength and to support a rider without overwhelming them?
Sure. That's a really good question. Most of the standardbreds do learn very quickly if they are, in capable hands. And when we first start them and the first day, them getting tacked up, learning to stand at the mounting block, and then somebody laying over top of them, that might be like a 15 to 20 minute session. And that's it. Not a rider getting on them just getting used to the saddle, the mounting block is a big thing for them because they've never seen anything like that. And they're usually in an arena. They haven't seen an arena. So usually we like to keep those sessions, even if it's the first time they walk into arena and maybe watch some other horses ride around. That's a huge, huge new thing for them. That could just be 10 minutes. So let them experience that and see how they settle down. And then the next day, do maybe 15 minutes and let them stand and watch. And so when we do the second day, we'll tack them up, walk them around, maybe teach them to lunge. It's usually an average about 15 to 20 minute sessions when they're first learning to accept a rider. Once they're they're walking forward with a rider, no leaders leading them around. Again, keeping those sessions to under 30 minutes for the first few weeks just helps them connect with what you're asking them. They're learning, what it's like to be in an arena, which again, that's more difficult for them than throwing a saddle on and walking outside. They're walking outside, they're following usually like a driveway or a path. They're very used to that. But when you're in the arena, you can work on things like bending, teaching them to give to the bit, and teaching them to when you squeeze that they learn to walk off. And all of those are very simple, easy things that can be done, in under 20 minutes. So, but it keeps them thinking, what are you asking them to do? Thinking, what's this rider asking me to do? And a lot will depend on how they're accepting all of that. But normally, keeping the rides under 20 minutes is really, really good for the first few weeks starting out.
I think that's a great example. And I mean, it would be the same with any green horse you're bringing in too. It's not even just physical strength, it's mental too, and helping them find that balance and their confidence. But I think 20 minutes is great. And what do you recommend to slowly, like you said, the first couple of weeks, do you recommend a 10-minute increase, a 15-minute increase, or is it dependent on the horse?
It really does depend on the horse. I mean, some people, we've had horses that maybe had 2 or 3 rides and then they got adopted and the adopter took them on a trail ride. Like they went out maybe a couple mile trail ride, but that horse was following another horse, which makes it easier. They're used to that. You're just asking them to walk, go forward. You're not asking them to like bend and do circles and do transitions like you would in an arena. So again, going on a trail ride and just getting them outside where they're very used to being outside, walking around, is very easy for them. And most of them have the stamina and they're fit enough to carry a rider. They're just learning how to balance the weight, which is one thing that they do have to learn to do on a trail ride. But that's why people love them, because it's pretty much like after they know how to handle a rider, they could go walking all day long. Like, they're really happy doing that. But it's when we start asking them in this arena work, that's the part that's so new to them. Oh, standing in a mounting block. Whoa, what's that? That's the kind of stuff that throws them off a little bit, where it takes time, versus, and the horse will tell you. We really do go off of like what the horse is happy and comfortable doing.
Well, there you have it. Horse Radio Network has thousands of engaging podcasts for horse people, and you can have them sent right to your phone. Just subscribe via your favorite podcast player. This is Coach Jen, and I will be back again soon with another tip. Until then, go ride your horse. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements made by guests on the Horse Tip Daily. Please use your own judgment when listening to the tips on this show.